What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean Peter Blumfgott. Hey! And we're back with another One Piece chapter reaction. Today we will be reacting to chapter 1082. Let's go and claim it. Now, before we get into this chapter, make sure you guys hit that like button, also subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Also, comment down below your thoughts on the chapter. Let me know what you thought of the reaction down in the comments. Also, if you want to catch me live and engage with me in real time, make sure you follow me on Twitch. If you want to get at me directly, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and join the Discord. The Discord is going to be the best place to get at me. If you want to send me content to react to, I have a submission channel in the Discord. And if you want to be part of a future discussion stream, you must be a member of the Discord. All right, y'all. So, like I said, we are reacting to One Piece chapter 1082. Let's go and claim it. I'm pretty psyched, right? Even though this chapter caught me off guard. I thought we was on break this week. I didn't think we was going to be getting a chapter this week. I wasn't able to react on my normal day. Had other stuff to attend to. So, and plus somebody told me like later in the day, right? They're like, hey, chapter dropped today. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, right? I didn't know that. I know the spoilers dropped, so I kind of thought the chapter might have was going to drop this week. Like, I kind of thought the chapter was going to drop this week, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know if it was going to drop next week or this week. I am happy to drop this week though, even though it did catch me off guard. So yeah, let's get into this chapter. All right, so we got the cover page, chapter 1082. Let's go and claim it. We got Chopper biting Zeus with Prometheus in the background. It looked like they might be on a sky island because it's like a lot of clouds. See a rainbow in the background as well. Zeus or Prometheus in the sky looking like the sun and everything. Zeus looking a little like, and this looked like pre-climatex Zeus as well. You know, because now as we see, Zeus is like fully integrated into Nami's climatex. So I don't know if he can separate, like fully separate without being connected. Like, I know he could still go in his cloud mode, but he's still connected with the climatex from what it looks like, right? So yeah, this is pre-climatex Zeus back when he was with Big Mom. Says the cover request by Kamita Hanaoto. Chopper mistaking Zeus for cotton candy and taking a bite. That makes sense. We know how, we know they call him what, Chopper or Candy. Was it cotton candy loving Chopper or whatever? That's what they call him. It's like Chopper's favorite food. You know, even though it's not really like food, it's candy. It's like just, it's more so just sugar. Like cotton candy is just all sugar, really. I don't know I don't know how they make it, but they making that thing that twirls and makes it whatever. But cotton candy is like 90 to 100% sugar. It's not really good for you, you know. And I would think Chopper of all people, him being a doctor, should know this, right? He should know that all this sugar isn't good for his health, but it's Chopper. It's One Piece. It is what it is. All right, let's get into the chapter. Okay, so we start off with the one guy from Water 7. He was like that captain, T-Bone. All right, so yeah, he's in the newspaper. It said Vice Admiral T-Bone was adored by civilians and Marines alike. News of his death shocked the world, but the Navy refused to comment on the details of the incident. So we see him in the newspaper. It says Navy HQ officer dead, Vice Admiral T-Bone killed. And it says an obituary makes the front page. Are we getting some Cross Guild stuff? We know that the Cross Guild been putting bounties on Marines. It's getting real. And I'm glad we're getting we're starting to see the 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 results of this, right? Like we knew that the Cross Guild had bounties on people. We even seen Kobe. He had like a 5-star bounty. But this is probably the first confirmed death as a result to that. I mean, I don't know if this is the Cross Guild's doing, but I'm going to bet that this is indeed the Cross Guild's doing. And this is a character we're familiar with back in Water 7, back when I think they said he was able to cut like he was able to cut sea kings or ships or something, and him and Zoro had that little clash on the sea train on the way to Enies Lobby. So yeah, you know, dude was kind of touted to be a big deal at that point, even though Zoro pretty much low diffed him, right? But it is what it is, you know. We knew that he wasn't going to be that big of a deal for somebody like Zoro, right? But he was hyped up at that point. But now we know that he was loved by the civilians and the Marines alike. And he was Vice Admiral. I think during that arc he was only a captain, if I remember correctly. He was only a captain. Now he's Vice Admiral, so he was putting in some work. Probably got a bit stronger. Now somebody done offed him, you know. So he cut the Navy HQ. Sengoku says, "Have they caught the man who did it?" And then Sudo says, "Nope, not yet. But we're certain the culprit's family is bound to be pretty well off after this." Sengoku says, "What's the world coming to, Otsuru-chan? The civilians were sworn to protect the civilians we're sworn to protect are stabbing us in the back. It's unbearable." Oh, see? Hey, Sengoku, you not clean in this, bro. You've been allowing the Marines to do all this. I'm trying to watch my words. This bad stuff, right? To the civilians. Now civilians getting a little incentive by, you know, people like the Cross Guild, groups like the Cross Guild, to pretty much take out the Marines, right? And how y'all be allowing some of the stuff that y'all allow in the world government. Now the civilians are fighting y'all. A lot of the stuff that, like the warlords, like Doflamingo, Crocodile, a lot of stuff that they've been doing was under Sengoku's watch. So Sengoku can't be acting like, oh, why are they betraying us? Nah, bro, you got a part to play in this, Sengoku. Don't act like y'all just some innocent bystanders in this, man. You know? Because y'all not. Osudu says pirates aren't the only ones interested in money, you know. We Marines have bounties on our heads now. It's only natural for people to come after us. So they're in like looks like they're in like a diner, like a chow hall. That's what we call it in the Marines or the military. Chow halls, when, you know, the place you go get food, eat, all that stuff. Like a cafeteria, pretty much, like a military cafeteria. She continues, especially in a place like Pepe Kingdom, where over 1,000 die of starvation every year. It's no wonder he was killed there. Poverty and wealth, we all adapt to our circumstances. See, Osudu is being reasonable, right? It's like you got this kingdom that's obviously in some poverty. The world government's not helping them. The Marines ain't helping them. You got some pirates that's going to give you some money if you do something, right? What do you do, right? What do you do? I would do the same if I was them, you know? And that's just on, you know, and that's not even accounting for a lot of the atrocities that the Marines have allowed people to do or have done themselves under Sengoku's watch. It just kind of irks me that Sengoku's acting like this. Like, oh, why are the civilians stabbing us in the back? Bro, y'all not these angels that you're trying to boost yourself to be, Sengoku. Like, you've literally let Doflamingo oppress a country, turn them all into toys. You know, get rid of the previous king. Same could be said with Doflamingo. I mean, Doflamingo wasn't the king, but he was still doing some shicey stuff. But not Doflamingo, Crocodile. But Crocodile was kind of low key about it. He was more low key than Dolphy was. Dolphy was more in your face oppression. Crocodile was like under people's nose oppression. Like even the civilians of Alabasta didn't really know what Crocodile was doing. You know, so but yeah, but Sengoku acting like he just acting like he don't know no better. So Osudo continues, not that I'm trying to defend the culprit, of course, just noting that if this is what that darn clown had in mind, we've severely underestimated him. Bro, even though I'm pretty sure all this was Crocodile's planning, masterminding, bro, you got to give that man Buggy some props, bro. Yo, people sleep on Buggy, but Buggy out here putting hits on folks and putting pressure on the Marines. Yo, for real, nobody put this much pressure on the Marines than Buggy in the Cross Guild. Come on now. Buggy is putting the pressure on the Marines. Well, you could say the Straw Hats, but I'll venture to say Buggy has put more pressure on the world government than Luffy has. For real. Cause they over here sweating. Sengoku says, how can you protect and serve the people if you have to constantly look over your shoulder when you're around them? Man, protect and serve people my ass, Sengoku. Stop acting ignorant, Sengoku. Come on now. Y'all been doing a horrible job protecting the service. And then he continues, if we don't neutralize this cross guild group soon, or if we don't neutralize this cross guild group soon, this will kill the morale of every Marine and weaken the whole Navy. Bro, this has to happen though. This needs to happen. This needs reformation. That's what the Marines need, reformation. And then Sengoku yells, hey Hina, have you seen Garp? There's a new rice cracker flavor I want him to try. Oh, they don't even know Garp then went to Full of Lead Island, boy, to go confront Blackbeard and get Kobe back. I wonder what happens when they find out, if they about to find out. All right, so we see Hina sexiness, man. Especially when she ain't smoking. Hold on, dude. Don't Hina be smoking? If I remember, Hina's a smoker. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Hina says he said he was off to save Kobe a few days ago. So he's probably teamed up with Sword. Pretty sure Kujoku's with him at least. Oh, so I was wrong. Sword is a little more well known than I might have thought. You know, even in the Marines. I thought Sword might have been like a secret division in the Marines where even the Marines didn't know about Sword. You know what I'm saying? That don't seem to be the case. They seem to be pretty well known. Sengoku and Osudo says, what? Don't tell me they've gone to Hashinosu. So y'all telling me y'all knew about Kobe being at Hashinosu and nobody wants to save him just because he's part of the Sword. And now y'all mad at Garp for going to go save his mentee, you know. Nah, bruh. Let Garp do what he did. Garp is what Marines should strive to be. He's a man of the people. You know, he ain't with all that fuck shit. I had to say it. He ain't with that fuck shit that the Marines be allowing. With the other Marines be allowing. He ain't with that. That's why Garp my guy. Even though Kizaru's my guy too, he's actually with that stuff. He's with the fuck shit. Hey, two sides of a coin. I like him for two different reasons. It's all good though. It's all good in the hood. Sometimes you gotta respect guys who's with the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? We cut to Empty Bluffs Island, New World. Oh, we getting some cross guild stuff today, baby. And Someone says, "Good job crossing the seas and making it here." And the guys and whoever he's told say, "Thank you." He says, "Be proud. The emperors of the underworld are smiling because of you. Everyone is proclaiming the birth of a new star, a champion of evil." I think this might be Buggy talking. I don't. I'm assuming it's Buggy. We see some old guy. He's crying, clutching his hat. He said, "I heard my family received the payment. Thank you so much." Look, man, Buggy out here doing the charity. He doing the Lord's work, bro. He is doing the Lord's work. Bro, come on now. Yo, Buggy might have to be the next fleet admiral or something, bro. He's doing hey, Buggy might have to be the new king of the world, baby. I'm sorry. This man is doing the Lord's work for the people. He is the man of the people. How can you hate a character like that? He is a man of the people, the champion of the people that the world needs. If Mihawk is going to follow anybody, I think I'm starting to be sold that I'm cool with him following Buggy. I'm cool with that now. No, I'm not. I'm lying. Nah, but I'm joking. I'm joking. Buggy says, "Don't mention it. You took down one of Navy's HQ's finest vice admiral." This old guy took down that couldn't have happened. He couldn't have took down what's his name. He couldn't took down T-Bone, the same guy who Zoro beat back on the sea train. It had to be some roundabout way he did it. I don't think the guy could literally beat the guy. Like T-Bone had to sacrifice himself or something. That's what I believe. T-Bone had to sacrifice himself. I don't think this man defeated and killed T-Bone. He said, "Your evil charisma incarnate. Stop being so humble." He said, "Guy, ha ha ha." And Buggy continues, "Your crazy stunt really shocked the Marines. They'll have your head for sure if they catch you." Damn. Why Buggy, he kind of trolling this guy. He said, "Act." And the old guy says, "Even if I can't see my family ever again, it's better than watching them die of starvation." And then we see a village of just people dying of hunger, all saying, "I'm so hungry." I don't blame the guy, bro. I don't know how he did it, but I can't be mad at the guy, bro. The man was just even if he didn't kill him, it's just he's trying to look out for his family, bro. Buggy says, "Rest easy, friend. We'll take care of you as a fellow pirate." The guy says, "As a pirate?" And then I'm assuming these are Buggy's guys. They say, "Get it or get it? One of the emperors is taking you under his wing. The bombastic clown himself, Buggy-sama." Another one says, "He's on another level." And they say, "The 2-bit pirates you've met before aren't fit to lick his boots." I want to know how this dude killed T-Bone, though. I wonder if we're going to get explanation on that, because I don't think he has what it takes to kill T-Bone. I'm not saying T-Bone is a top tier individual, but the man still is a vice admiral. And this old guy don't seem especially if you starving, you ain't got that type of strength to be fighting strong individuals. Come on now. Somebody else must have killed him. And all the pirates say, "Never forget this moment. You're standing face to face with a living legend." Other one says, "Yeah, it's Buggy-sama in the flesh." And then they say, "Buggy in the flesh. Buggy in the flesh. Buggy in the flesh." And then some guy breaks in through the door, or, he comes through the door. He says, "Sorry to interrupt you, Barley-sama." Barley? Who the hell is Barley? He called Buggy Barley. The disrespect. You're so fresh. And then Buggy says, that makes me sound like some kind of cereal. and then I'm assuming this is the guy that came through the door. He says, we finished it, sir. A ship worthy of Cross Guild. And then we see, I think this is a flashback of Buggy talking to some guys. It says, they say, leave the ship to me. I've got some talented shipwrights under me. Yeah, we just see the silhouettes of like two guys. Who are these two guys? I wonder if they're important. I mean, they silhouettes, so, Oda usually saves silhouettes for like important characters. So now I'm a little interested on who these guys are, because they seem like they could be important. So we got this big ship with that's pretty dope ship. It got Buggy's face on it. It kind of remind me of Big Mom ship, except Big Mom has that I forget what you call those, the front part where it's like I can't remember what you call it. I'm having a brain fart. But she has one that like is actually alive because of her home. It's like a homie, I'm assuming. So figurehead, that's what it's called. It's called a figurehead. So yeah. So Buggy's figurehead kind of reminds me of Big Mom's figurehead. We see Buggy's eyes and teeth and nose pop out. Said, Kaya, making you the figurehead was the obvious choice, Chairman Buggy. I think it turned out great. I feel like Buggy don't want this because he's trying to stay low pro, right? He's trying to stay low pro. And Buggy is thinking about what Mihawk and Crocodile might think. Or no. Crocodile and Mihawk are behind him. He says, you expect us to use this thing? Says Mihawk. Yo, Buggy's face though. This man look dead. Like he like, oh damn, they about to kill me. Said Buggy, I'm assuming it's Crocodile or Mihawk speaking. They say, let's take this to the meeting room. Oh boy. And somebody says, let's hear it for the greatest ship ever. So you guys really outdid yourselves. So then we cut to the meeting room. So they put Buggy head on a hook. They put Buggy head on a hook. And Crocodile's reading the newspaper. He says public awareness of Cross Guild is growing as planned. The Navy is starting to understand the threat we pose. We need to have unparalleled influence to form our utopia and become a strong military state. But before all that, we need to establish. And then he doesn't finish. We see Buggy's head on the hook. He says, please, just kill me already. The pain. Mihawk says, our overwhelming power, right? It's kind of weird to see Mihawk like sitting here in a group. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting here in the group planning stuff. Because from what we know, Mihawk has always been a solitary individual. You know what I mean? But now he's actually part of a group, and he actually making plans and talking about what they, making strategies. Come on now. We know who the real Yonko is though. Buggy might be the figurehead, but we know who the real Yonko of this group is. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of shared between Mihawk and Crocodile. Crocodile is more like the brain behind it, where Mihawk is like the muscle. He's the muscle. And then Buggy is thinking, this is wrong. This isn't how I wanted my life to go. Bro, they gotta chill. They gotta chill with treating Buggy like this, man. Crocodile says, and to do that, we've got to find a way to gather an enormous amount of wet. Then he doesn't finish. Buggy says, wealth. You're saying we need wealth and power, right? I I may be out of line here. Uh, and I know you may do away with me for saying this, but how can you call yourselves pirates with schemes like that? And then they both look at Buggy. Mihawk says, what did this cockroach just say? Crocodile says, you're doing it all backwards. Or Buggy says this. You're doing it all backwards. Okay, let's see what Buggy got to say. Buggy seemed like he got a little plan going on. Like, I don't know, man. Buggy might be the true mastermind of Cross Guilds. Buggy continues, you must have heard, right? You know Red Hair is making his move too. We used to be on the Pirate King's crew together, but circumstances prevented us from going to Laugh Tale with the others. Okay. Buggy talking about Laugh Tale and Shanks. Let's go. And I don't know if this is Crocodile talking or Mihawk talking. They say, now tell me way back when, what did you guys want to be? You know it's wild how their war room is like a torture room. their war room is a torture room, most likely for Buggy. Buggy says, when I sailed with Shanks, he shone so brightly with potential. I knew I couldn't measure up, so I let go of my real dream. And then we cut into a flashback. It says 24 years ago, the day the day Gold Roger was executed. And we see Shanks and Buggy in the rain. It looked like Shanks could be crying, but I don't know if that's the rain or he could be crying and that could be the rain. He says, you said it yourself, didn't you, Shanks? You said your crew would reach Laugh Tale one day too. Shanks says, yeah. So, okay, that's just the rain on his face. It don't look like he's crying. He says, but I've changed my mind for now, at least. I'm not ready to go for it yet. Buggy says, what? Shanks says, but I'm still going to be a pirate. And I think Buggy's thinking, you're not the next generation's king. I misjudged you, Shanks. So I guess Buggy's a little disappointed in Shanks. And Shanks says, come with me, Buggy. And then Buggy says, I'm not going to work under you, idiot. You coward. I like this because we see Shanks actually invite Buggy to be part of his crew. But Buggy has like a bit of disappointment in Shanks because I guess he assumed that Shanks is going straight for the One Piece. But Shanks says like, nah, that's not my goal right now, right? I still want to be a pirate, but going for the One Piece ain't my goal, at least not in the moment. But that, for some reason, disappointed Buggy. And despite Shanks inviting Buggy to be part of his crew, which I'm curious, would Buggy have been like Shanks's first mate if, let's say, Buggy did join his crew? But Buggy refused to join out of disappointment of Shanks. Interesting. So Buggy asks Shanks, don't you care about following in Roger's footsteps? You haven't forgotten, have you? And then we see Buggy run away. So damn. So yeah, Buggy was disappointed in Shanks, man. Because he figured, he figured Shanks would want to find the One Piece. But so this begs into question, what is Shanks' goal? if it's not to find the One Piece. But then again, he says, I'm not, that's not my goal at the moment. You know, for now at least. He says, but I've changed my mind for now at least. So I wonder why Shanks changed his mind. Like, what was Shanks thinking? And then we see Buggy run off in the rain. And he's thinking, he says, it's your fault I lost that treasure map. I still haven't forgiven you for that. You better watch your back next time we meet. Man, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I feel as though Shanks might have been hurt by that, by how Buggy reacted. That probably hurt Shanks because it seemed like they were super close. You know, like they were brothers. And then we cut back to the present time. And Buggy says that no good Shanks is finally making his move. But what good is it now? I don't know why, but somehow, through luck or chance or whatever, we're on equal footing again. That is wild. That is wild. He says, and if that's the way it is, I may as well go ahead and say it. I want to be king of the pirates. Bruh. Okay. Buggy is like, yo, bro, what if Buggy is the one to actually become Pirate King, bro? Like this whole time we think Luffy gonna become Pirate King, Oda gives us a whole full ass swerve. And it would be like, I don't know if you guys ever watched the anime Shaman King though. Like I finished at least the because I think it continues with his son or something. But I didn't watch the one with his son yet. But at the end of it, like he's trying to be Shaman King, the main character. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to watch it. I don't want to spoil it. If you watch Shaman King, you know how it happens in the end. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's kind of like what I'm talking about now. Like Luffy wants to become Pirate King, kind of like main character want to be Shaman King. But if you watch Shaman King, you know where I'm going with that. You know where I'm going with that. And then he says, wealth, power, why stop there when we can have it all? Let's go for it. Let's go and claim the ultimate treasure. And Mihawk and Crocodile both look at Buggy in a weird way. I think I know why people might be upset with Mihawk on this chapter. He might actually agree with this. He might actually be like, yeah, okay, I'm down with it. You know, but the thing is, Mihawk doesn't want to be Pirate King. So I don't think such titles really, I don't really think he cares for that title. You know, maybe people think that Mihawk want to be Pirate King. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I'm not sure what happened, but I think Buggy, the thing Buggy was on collapsed. Maybe Mihawk like destroys it or something, or Crocodile destroys it. He says, Gaia. Crocodile said, I can't believe you're deluded enough to buy your own kind. Remember, we're only letting you keep that title of yours because it benefits us. And then Mihawk says, you think we're just going to carry you to the top? And Crocodile says, we're not playing pirates here. This is serious business. You don't have a clue, let alone a plan. And Mihawk says, do you really expect us to just go pick fights with red hair, Blackbeard, and Straw Hat? And then we see like a snail, a snail. I don't know if that's like a Denden Mushi or that's like a camera or something. And Buggy says, it's a scramble for the treasure. We only need to beat them to it. Let me show you. And he says, there are some words. Is this Crocodile talking? Or no, I think it's still Buggy. He said, there are some words that light a fire in the heart of every pirate. And it's because they all set sail for the same reason. And then the snail says, Glack. And He says, time for us to finally go and claim the One Piece. He says, woo! Oh, so okay, I think that Snell's like a I think people are like listening in. Like the other pirates are listening in while Buggy says this. And that's the pirates screaming. And they're like excited. And Crocodile looks pissed, and then Mihawk's look Mihawk is pissed. He says, why you? So I don't know who planted that snail phone there or that but obviously everybody on the island heard it, right? Everybody heard it on the island. So they're psyched about it. And it looked like Crocodile and Mihawk like notices this, and that's probably why they're pissed. All right, so we cut to the Kamibaka Queendom Grand Line. Someone says, "What you think about ship? It enemy or what? Who it be?" That's weird. Whoever talking has like a weird way of talking. It's like they're not giving us complete sentences. And we see a girl with like a prosthetic arm standing next to what looks to be like a cow mink, maybe like a bull mink. I'm not too sure what that is, but it look like they could be a mink. And then there's a guy who kind of looked like an egg, like Humpty Dumpty or something. And then next to him is like another guy, kind of normal looking guy. Look like he's eating. What is he eating? Is he like eating something from a can, or is he eating like a object? I don't know. The girl says, "Whir, clash, clang." And then the egg looking guy says, "Wanna bet on it, or wanna bet on it? I wager it's an enemy who's in." And then the other guy all the way at the end, he says, "Sounds good to me, G. I'll put 1 mil on it being Sabo, making a safe return." And then he says, "You what?" All right, so we getting some names. The cow mink looking guy is the Revolutionary Army Vice Captain of the West Army, Ushiano, morally subordinate. And then the Revolutionary Army, the girl is Revolutionary Army Vice Captain of East Army, Ahiru, Bello Betty subordinate. So we're getting like the vice cap, or we're getting like the second in commands. I want to say like the vice captains. And then we get the egg looking guy is a Revolutionary Army Vice Captain of South Army, Gimbal, Limburg subordinate. And then the guy all the way at the end, the left to the left, is the Revolutionary Army Vice Captain of the North Army, Jaren, I don't know. Karasu subordinate. All right, so we seeing some more. We're getting introduced to some more revolutionaries. That's dope. I like that. I like that. So we see some commotion going on in the distance. They say Dragon San, Eva San, Sabo's San's back. Also, Sabo is safe. So I hope we get some explanation on what happened, right? And we see Ivankov, Dragon. Ivankov says, "So he made it home okay. Thank goodness." Dragon just looks. Bro, I need an explanation. I need an explanation how Sabo made it back safely. Cause it looked like that man was wiped off the map with Lelougia. So they say, "I knew something was up when you said you'd bet 1 million. I ain't coughing up a single berry." I think that's what Gimbal says. Gimbal says that. And then Jerron says, "Nah, I'll wring it out of you." So we see a revolutionary ship. Someone says, "Oh, you used those binoculars, didn't you?" Oh, so he was like eating on some binoculars or something, or chewing on binoculars. That's how he knew it was Sabo because he looked through the and then he says, "What binoculars? Munch, munch." So this man was eating the binoculars. I knew I wasn't tripping. And he says, "You think you can get away with it by eating them?" And they says, "Welcome back, Sabo." And Ahiru, she welcomes back Sabo. Her thing like whiz clack. She says, "Sabo, I was just about to shoot you." Damn. if young Metro don't trust him, she gonna shoot him. And then Sabo says, "Glad you didn't. Everything okay, Ahiru? Were you worried?" And then uh, Ushiano says, "Maybe a little." Or no, he says, "Sabo, you safe. Me happy." It's that guy that be talking weird. And Ushiro says, "Maybe a little." And then we see Sabo safe, a little bandaged up. He said, "That's a Lelugian ship." Lelugia, you mean the country that vanished? And Sabo says, "I'll explain later. For now, please help these guys." They say, "Sabo Kun." Nah, Sabo, I need an explanation right now. You should be dead. You should be wiped off the map with Lelugia. So we see what's her name? What's her name? Uh what's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? The girl she was with, she used to be with Fisher Tiger, and now she's in the Revolutionary Army. I can't remember. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Koala. That's her name, Koala. Koala trying to kick Sabo while Sabo doing like his little Matrix dodge. She says, "You just went radio silent. How could you do that to us?" Sabo says, "My bad, Koala. I couldn't get my hands on an encryptor transponder snail. All my calls would have been monitored." I mean, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. And he says, "I used the usual 3-beat code to signal I was all right. Didn't you hear?" Well, I guess he tried. He says, "I wasn't even on Lelugia when it happened." Oh, okay. So it did. I will say this though. I will say this. When it was all happening, it did look like Sabo was looking in the distance at something, at like a light beam coming down or something. So it does make sense now. It does make sense. And then Koala says, "You made me so worried." And then Sabo says, "Sorry." And all right, so there's like a translator note where it says, "Could be referencing the sound effects seen in chapter 1060." So I'm assuming he's talking about that 3-beat code. That 3-beat code. I gotta go back to chapter 160. Go look at that. Hold on. I'm gonna look that up. Chapter 1060. 1060. I think if you go to like page, it's like the first page where we see Dragon, right? Where we see the revolutionaries. There's panels of the Gorosei on top, and then we cut the Kamibaka Kingdom or Queendom, Kamibaka Queendom, and then we hear a Gayak neck. There's like some sounds being made like right above Dragon, I think. So that might be the sound that he's talking about. But hold on, that was before the whole Lelugia thing even happened. So it had to be afterward. It had to be afterward. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that's chapter 160 is the same chapter where Lelugia the whole Elugia incident happened. Then we see what's his name, Morley, and he's crying. He says, Sabo, why are all you boys like that? And they said, ooh ah, Morley. And then they said, don't scare us like that again, silly. And then, what is that? This looked like some goo or something, or a cloud or something. I don't know what's going on. But we see some people, and then we see them screaming, and then it's like some goo looking thing. Oh, I think that's Morley coming from the ground. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then we see Bello Betty. She says, I remember you losers from Elugia. You've come a long way. And then she said, it's a real shame what happened to your homes, but I heard you were hoping to join our cause. They say, yes, ma'am. And she says, first things first, get some rest. We'll straighten you out after that. Miss Betty, Miss Betty, Miss Betty, Miss Betty, Miss Betty. All right, so we got Dragon, Ivankov, and Sabo sitting around this table. And I'm assuming this is Sabo talking. He says, I heard about Suma-san. And then Dragon says he might have been programmed to return to Mary Joa. Hold on, I might be reading this wrong. He said, I heard about Kuma-san. Sorry about that. We let everyone work go to waste. Okay, never mind. I was reading it right the first time. He said, I heard about Kuma-san. He might have been programmed to return to Mary Joa as contingency. And then Ivankov says, so, Sabo, you don't want the captain hearing what you've got to say. Sorry about that. We let everyone work go to waste. Yeah, just hearing it might put your life at risk. I might be reading this wrong. Might be putting your life at risk. Don't worry, I know you two are taking it the hardest. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me read that again because I know I was reading it wrong. I was reading it left to right and then downward. He said, I heard about Kuma-san. Sorry about that. We let everyone's work go to waste. Don't worry, I know you two are taking it the hardest. And then Dragon said he might have been programmed to return to Mary Joa as contingency. And then Ivankov says, so, Sabo, you don't want the captain's hearing what you've got to say. And then Sabo says, yeah, just hearing it might put your life at risk. He said, what the hell? There was some major trouble at the revelry. I don't know, that maybe I was reading that wrong, but that conversation just seemed a little weird, man. And then Sabo says, I'll tell you all about what really happened at the Holy Land of Mary Joa. And he says, the truth comes to light. It says, One Piece, chapter 1082, end. Bro, a lot happened in that chapter. I still don't know why people was coming at Mihawk for. I don't know what Mihawk came, what the Mihawk slander is about. You know, somebody was saying Mihawk fans are going to be mad. Nothing in that chapter made me mad at Mihawk. So I don't get it. It's something I'm going to have to figure out why people think Mihawk fans will be mad at this. But yeah, so let's talk about the chapter. So we start the chapter learning about the death, the murder of Vice Admiral T-Bone. For anybody who forget who T-Bone is, because he was I don't want to say important character, but we seen him back during the Water 7 in the Slobby arc, where when we was on the C train, and I think he was on the C train as well, but somehow I forgot how he ended up being off the C train. I think Okay, he was on the C train, the main C train, but then the Frankie family, they were following that C train, and he stayed back to pretty much stop the Frankie family and the Straw Hats from proceeding. And him and Zoro had a little clash, which wasn't really a clash. Zoro pretty much beat him pretty easily, but he was hyped up to be pretty strong, able to cut Sea Kings or ships in half or something along that line. Like he was hyped up, but Shanks or not Shanks, Zoro pretty much low diffed him. But he was killed in some country named what was the name of that country? Now I'm forgetting the name of that country. It was a poverty stricken country. He was killed. Sengoku is upset about it. He's like, hey, rightfully so. I get it. He's like, hey, how can we do our jobs when we got to worry about the civilians backstabbing us? My problem with Sengoku's kind of observation on this thing is like, bro, you didn't do a good job of keeping civilians' trust during your time as the fleet admiral, bro. Like you was allowing pirates and stuff to run the muck. You like we could talk about Doflamingo, right? Doflamingo was oppressing the whole country that was under the world government. Where were you, Sengoku? Even though that was post time skip, but he had control of that country even before that, right? Sengoku allowed that to happen. Crocodile, Alabasta, all the other atrocities that was going on in the world that the Marines were turning blind eyes to, So the Marines wasn't exactly doing a good job at keeping the trust of the people. The fact that this country is stricken by poverty and the world government has done absolutely nothing to help this country most likely under Sengoku's watch. You can't complain that the people are betraying y'all at this point. You got a bunch of pirates that are actually helping people and rewarding them, giving them money for going against y'all. It's probably the best choice for some people, right? Like if my government was treating me like shit, oppressing me, letting like criminals oppress the law-abiding citizens. You can't be mad when the citizens rebel against you. But yeah, he's talking to Osuru. Osuru's more understanding about it though. She's like, look, man, these people, they're poverty stricken. I probably would have done the same thing. I could understand why they would be willing to hunt Marines if it's going to put food on the table. But Sengoku, his blindness shows exactly what is the problem with the Marines. His inability to understand why civilians would do what they do is the exact reason, or it highlights the problem with the Marines. Like y'all busy trying to kill the son of the Pirate King, but y'all not helping the citizens that are in poverty and need help. Come on now. Like y'all want these moral victories, but y'all not helping people. Even some Marines see that. Like people like Smoker, Kobe. They even realize that not all pirates are bad, right? So, that was interesting. And then what's even funnier is when Hina shows up and Sengoku was asking about Garp, and Hina tells him like, hey, Garp then went to Hashinosu Island to go get Kobe back. And Sengoku and Osuru, they're both shocked. They're both shocked, but hey, that's why I mess with Garp, because Garp does what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like Sengoku just staying in the office and eating, talking about what was he complaining about? He was complaining about some new food coming out, some new rice cakes or something. Like, come on, Sengoku, there's bigger problems in the world. You need to be out there making a difference. So we cut to Empty Bluffs Island with Buggy talking to the guy who supposedly killed Vice Admiral T-Bone, even though I'm like, bro, I don't know how this guy killed Vice Admiral T-Bone. There has to be more to the story. I don't believe he did it, right? Unless he like walked up behind him and stabbed him or something. I mean that could be the case as well. And he's pretty much forcing this guy to join his crew. Like he said, look, bro, the Marines are going to be after you, so you're going to join my crew. The guy's like, you know what? I don't even care. Or like when he was talking about how the Marines are going to be after him, he like, I get it. You know, like long as my family can starve or they don't starve to death, I'm fine with the Marines killing me and never making it back to see my family. But then when he gets that bomb that Buggy is forcing him to join the crew, he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa now. I don't know if I want to be a pirate. I don't know if I'm fit for that type of lifestyle, right? And so in the middle of talking to them, some guy comes in and says, hey, your new ship is built, Buggy. We see Buggy ship. It kind of reminds me of Big Mom ship. It reminds me of Big Mom ship a little bit, like the figurehead of it just kind of reminds me of Big Mom's, except without it like coming to life. But Crocodile and Mihawk sees that and they're like, whoa, nah, bruh. I'm not with this shit, man. I'm not with this shit. Hey, let's have a meeting. Let's have a meeting. And so we cut to the meeting in the war room. Buggy's head is on the hook. You know, Crocodile is talking about like, look, man, we're gaining influence, we're gaining power, but we need more, right? We need more in order to form our utopia and to continue to show the Marines and the world government that we are a threat that is here to stay, right? And so they're kind of going back and forth, but Buggy interrupts and say, hey, I know y'all not going to like this. But I have an idea. So before y'all try to kill me, hear me out. We see a flashback with this flashback was like right after Goldie Rogers' death. Buggy and Shanks are talking. Shanks pretty much tells Buggy like, look, I'm not like looking to like, I'm not trying to be find the One Piece and be Pirate King just yet. You know, that's not my goal just yet. And he did say just yet. He didn't say he's not trying to do it at all. He just said, I'm not trying to do it just yet. But that obviously sparks something in Buggy that makes him disappointed in Shanks. You know, and Shanks offers Buggy to join him, right? He offers Buggy to join him. But Buggy's like, nah, bro. Like, I'm disappointed in you, Shanks. I don't want nothing to do with you. Matter of fact, watch your back, because next time I see you, you know, we might be enemies pretty much. And so we kind of get a little flashback, I guess, where the rift between Shanks and Buggy happened. You know, I'm curious what would have happened if Buggy actually did join Shanks. Would Buggy be the first mate of the red hair pirates if he joined Shanks? And Ben Beckman is just some other nobody on the crew. But that'd be interesting to see. If Oda ever give us like a what if, I want to see a what if of if Buggy actually joined Shanks' crew. You know. So yeah, we cut back to the present, and Buggy pretty much tells Shanks and Mihawk, like, look, I want to find the One Piece, or I want us to find the One Piece, and I want to be Pirate King. Now, little known, like, unbeknownst to Mihawk and Shanks, or not Mihawk and Shanks, Mihawk and Crocodile, I don't even know if Buggy was aware of this, right? I don't even know if Buggy knew. There was like a Den Den Mushi that was listening in to this conversation to where the whole island heard what was going on. And all the people were screaming, all the pirates are screaming. You know, Mihawk and Crocodile, they definitely wasn't for this, what it seemed. They like, bro, whoa, we're not going to fight your battles or anything. We're not with this. But then, I don't know if it was the yelling. or if it was just because he was so confident wanting to be in Pirate King. But Mihawk and Crocodile they were pissed. They were freaking super pissed at the end of this scene. So I'm interested though if they're gonna come around to it and be like, you know what? Yeah, I guess we allow this. I guess we allow this. But it was left on the note that Mihawk and Crocodile were just pissed and that they wasn't with this. So I kind of thought I thought based on how people was hyping it up, or some of the videos I seen, not the videos but like the titles I seen, because sometimes the videos come on my YouTube. Hearing someone say that Mihawk fans are gonna be mad for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why we're mad. Why are Mihawk fans? Can somebody answer that for me? Why are us Mihawk fans mad at this chapter? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking Mihawk was going to be like, hey, okay, yeah, I'll join your ambition. Even that wouldn't have pissed me off, honestly. That wouldn't have pissed me off if Mihawk would have agreed with it either. But obviously we're mad at something. Somebody let me know in the comments or the chat. Somebody let me know, So then we cut to the Kamibaka Queendom. We get introduced to all the vice captains of each sea, I guess. Like there's like captains of the revolutionaries of each sea. And then we see their vice captains. One of them is Ushiano, who looks to be like I don't know if he's a mink. He kind of reminds me of, if you ever see the cover pages with the space pirates, like when Enel was on the moon and the space pirates come to the moon, it kind of reminds me of one of them. I don't know if they're minks or if they're just a space pirate, like if they're just a whole different race, but Ushiano kind of remind me of one of the space pirates. So I'm curious if he's like a mink, possibly a fishman. I don't think he's a fishman. I think maybe closer to a mink or a space pirate. Like I'm genuinely curious. But he talks weird, and then we get this we get a Hiru, who's like the vice captain of Bello Betty. She has like a prosthetic arm. And then we get Gamble, who's Lindbergh's subordinate, Lindbergh's vice captain. This man looked like an egg. And then we get Jiron, who's Kurosu's subordinate, and this dude like eats objects for some reason. I think that's his thing. He's kind of like Waffle. He eats objects, and he's eating these binoculars that he obviously used to see that Sabo was arriving, right? And he makes a bet with them, and he's like, hey, I bet y'all Sabo's showing up. And he obviously won that bet, but nobody's gonna pay that, right? So Sabo shows up with the people of Lelougia, and everybody's happy. Koala's trying to fight Sabo. Everybody's happy, but yet pissed because they're like, hey, why haven't you called us? Why haven't you hit us up? But Sabo said he did. He gave him like the three beat signal that he was all right. And there was a translator note that says if you go back in chapter 160, there is like a sound that's being made that show that might be the 3 beat signal that he's all right. I think I might have seen it, but I don't know if that's it for sure, right? Sabo also says like how he was able to avoid being killed on Lelougia. Come to find out, he wasn't even on Lelougia. I guess he was on the ship as well as some of the citizens of Lelougia. I don't know if he was able to evacuate all the citizens, because you would need like multiple ships to evacuate a whole island of people. But the people who volunteered to join the revolutionaries, they went on the ship with Sabo, and they avoided dying. So now we learn that Sabo is okay. He wasn't on the island when it was destroyed. which is good. I think most people knew that Sabo wasn't going to be dead. It was just how. How was Oda going to write this? How was Oda going to ensure Sabo's survival? Come to find out, it was probably the most simple answer there. He wasn't on the island, but he's seen the destruction of the island. Obviously, if you go back to chapter 1060, you will see. He's seen that destruction. And then we see the council between Ivankov, Dragon, and Sabo. They talk about Cuba, they talk about Kuma and all that. And Sabo ends the chapter saying he is going to tell Dragon and Ivankov, and hopefully us as the reader, I hope we get to see the scene as well. He's going to tell us what he's really seen at Mary Joa. I'm assuming it's going to be something about him seeing Im Sama on the throne, on the empty throne of Mary Joa with all the swords in front of it. So yeah, that is pretty much how we ended the chapter. Now, I don't believe we're going to get a chapter next week. I don't think we were supposed to get a chapter this week, but yeah, so I'm assuming we're not getting a chapter this week. But yeah, that is pretty much the chapter, y'all. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Also comment down below your thoughts on the chapter, your thoughts on the reaction. Let me know what you thought. What do you agree with me on? What do you disagree with me on? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to catch me live and you want to get engaged with me in real time, then go follow my Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. And if you want to get at me directly, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and join the Discord. The Discord is going to be the best place to get at me. It's usually where I'm the most active. If you want to send me content to react to, I have a submission channel in the Discord. So you got to be a member to do that. And you also got to be a member to be a part of a future discussion stream if you want to be part of a discussion stream. I use my Discord for my discussions. So make sure you guys are part of the Discord. All of these will be in the description box down below. But anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Peace.